Okay, are y'all ready for chapter 2? Ooh, it's starting to feel like a meatloaf in here now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Woo. I know, that's what I said. Woo. So I'll put my wrap on in a minute. Okay, all right. So looking at page 10 of your workbook, okay, which is chapter 2. And remember, it's chapter 10 and then chapter 11, so it's kind of backwards in here. So we already pretty much got all the definitions. You should know the definitions because it's in your book. So we're going to skip right along through that. And let me see what's on page 11. Okay. We're going to skip that, page 11, and go to page 13. There you go, 13. Okay. Close this book here. It says compliance is the process of meeting regulations, recommendations, and expectations of federal and state agencies that pay for healthcare and services and regulate the industry. Did someone get something different? No? Okay, very good. 2. The answer is identify laws that regulate the industry. Okay. Okay, follow the laws. Okay, follow the laws, but make number 3, to provide continuous insurance coverage for workers and when they change or lose jobs assistant. Anybody have something different? No? Okay, very good. 4, Title 2, administrative simplification. Administrative simplification. 5, clearinghouse. Clearinghouse. 6, covered entity. 7, business associate. 8, privacy officer and privacy official. 9, disclosure. 10, data that identifies an individual and describes his or her health status, age, sex, ethnicity, or other demographic characteristics, whether or not that information is stored or transmitted electronically. Okay. 11, breach of confidential communication. 12, privileged communication. Privileged communication. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. 13, let me see what 13 looks like. Okay. 13 says, under HIPAA, exceptions to the right of privacy are those records involving, okay, patients who are members of managed care, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Communicable diseases, medical devices that break or malfunction when the Food and Drug Administration requires providers to report certain information. Criminal investigation or assistance in locating a missing person, material witness, or suspect when the police have the right to request certain information. Please make a circle around that answer, because that may happen from time to time if you find that a patient is involved in part of a crime, killing someone, something like that, and the police happens to come into the office and they say, we need access or health record information on such and such person. They're the only ones that bypass that right of HIPAA. They can bypass that, and they can show you the subpoena or the request for that. And they don't have to fill out anything. You just give it to them. Because it's a crime that they researching and they need that DNA structure. But Dana don't lie. Let's see. Subpoena records and search warrants. There we go. A patient who is using someone and wants to protect him or herself. A suspicious death or suspect crime victim. A suspicious death. The insurance company can request for such information to detect how is the patient's past health history. You know, we have to know that because they died, and we have to make sure that before we pay out millions of dollars for that AD&D insurance policy, we need to know how is their health. You know, was it truly an accidental death and not a suicide? Was it truly were they truly on medication and somebody planted that drug in their drink or their food? We have to know all these things before we pay out the claim, because sometimes you have folks that will set other folks up for death just to collect money. Okay, so pay attention. I know it's sad, ain't it? I know. True story. It's sad. True story.
Is that also like when they fake their death?
Huh?
If they fake their death?
Yeah. Or not only just fake their death, but sometimes, just like I think it was more recent in the news, this man in Colorado killed his wife and 2 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And then found out, someone told me he had a lover. He had an affair outside the marriage. But he and his wife was like $400,000 deep in debt. Yeah, and the motivation was because, number one, he didn't want to be married and he was deep in debt. And he knew he had insurance policies on his wife and children that was enough to pay off that $400,000 debt and have some money in his pocket. When you do the crime, baby, you gotta do the time.
It's so stupid. They think they don't get away.
I don't know.
And knowing that they will always be the number one suspect in a wife's murder.
There you go. There you go. I don't understand that. And then he had a lover.
Yeah, right.
And the lover came out on TV. True story.
They say, I ain't going down.
Yeah. Because they know and he had to come out.
Right.
He had to come out the closet. Yeah, he had to come out. Mm-hmm. And not only that did he come out, he had to, because they were gonna they had already confiscated his phone, confiscated his computer to see who all he'd been talking to. Because they know after they find out who all he'd been communicating and emailing and texting, it's gonna leak out anyway. So you might as well come on with it. So to keep me from looking suspect with you, an unwilling accomplice with you, let me go and spill out so they won't think that my affair with you has something to do with what you did. Because you want to be with me and you wasn't happy with her and your 2 kids.
That wasn't the one that killed the pregnant wife.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Pregnant too.
Yeah.
What a boy. I think it was a boy. She was finally gonna have a boy. Met him on Facebook. Y'all be careful with all them media relationships. I was kind of into that. We used to have what you call them chat lines. You call the number and you pay for access code. This was back in my days, like in the 90s. And Larry, Joe. You know, and you're like, ooh, his voice sound good. Well, he say this and he say that, and then next thing you know, we hook up, and I'm in the Olive Garden with one of them, and all he want to do is sit there. I said, aren't you gonna eat? No, I just want to sit there and watch you eat. I was like, check please, cause this guy creeping. So watching me eat spaghetti is sexy to you. Okay, give me my ticket. We gotta go. I'm so glad we came in separate cars.
Right.
Oh my God. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Y'all be careful. Because everything you see on media ain't always gold.
You know, have you seen this show called Catfish?
Yes.
I heard of it.
Yes.
I haven't watched it. What happened?
It's a lot that go on.
Really?
That's the only way to explain it.
You really need to go.
Really?
It is unbelievable. I know.
It's like they meeting people with sometimes over Facebook,
Over
And
social
not-
media.
and then they pretend to be somebody that they're not.
Yeah.
Like once before, I think it was one episode where somebody that was pretending to be famous, and all of a sudden they was in love with like another woman or another man, and they was just shocked, like.
There was one where this guy was talking to a woman, but it was really a man.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's
And the people's reaction just makes it better.
and they just
Oh my gosh.
sometimes I think in one episode they were just like, oh, we still want to keep it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
No.
Oh no. Oh y'all please be careful with that stuff. I heard the movie called Catfish. Have y'all seen the movie called Catfish?
No.
I think it's kind of relatable to the theme of the show. I haven't seen the commercial of Catfish, the movie. I remember seeing it. I think it was kind of like a horror flick. So I didn't want to see that. But then I hear the show Catfish come out, I'm like, oh, so it's like a continuum of that, I guess. Okay, I'll probably look at it on YouTube. I'm sure somebody got some episodes on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Oh my God. I used to watch the show Snap. I used to like to watch that. Yeah, I didn't watch. Ooh, I had to stop watching it. My mind was just getting too deep. I was like, So whenever I see Snap, bypass that. No, thank you. But I'm gonna look at that Catfish. That's amazing.
It used to come on the radio.
Catfish?
It came on the radio.
When?
This wasn't too long ago, but it was like on not like 97.9 or nothing like that, but like maybe 87 or 92.1.
I mean, they would talk about the relationships.
Yeah, that's how I heard it. That's how I heard about it.
Wow.
I think one day I was just flipping through it and I seen, I think it was on MTV.
Yep.
And I seen on MTV and I was like, what was that?
And they would talk
They
about.
got to showing the messages on Facebook and the phone calls. You could record the phone call. They talking to each other and they got the guy calling them up and hey, we're gonna meet up with you. And
There's some people who will not answer. Like they'll try not to
they
answer.
just they don't want to be a part of it.
They're like, I
I mean, you don't want to be on TV as far as being found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my husband have to watch that because that's gonna be a conversation. Oh my God. Okay, well, thank y'all. I'll let y'all know. That'll be like a weekend movie thing or something. Me and my husband was like, maybe let's get to YouTube. Let's put it on TV. Put it on smart TV. Let's look at it loud. What? Oh, okay. Catfish. More than a fish. Okay. All right, where do we stop at, y'all? I'm sorry. Suspected crime victim, workers' compensation cases, and physician employed by a third party. Sometimes you're going to have lawyers that's going to send requests of information for auto accidents, workers' comp, civil suits, such as somebody fell on your property, fell on your business property, those civil suits. So sometimes you'll get subpoenaed for those kind of things.
Where are those answers at?
Yeah.
It's in there. Let me go through all that. Put a circle around it and come.
29?
29? Okay, thank you, sweetie.
There's chapter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but if you still want to talk about it, just put a circle around it. We'll come back and visit it.
Oh, yeah, it is on chapter 29. They have a number 1 through 8.
1 through 8 on page 29. Okay, thank you, Athena. Thank you, Dr. Sunshine. So you see it, Sweet Pea? Okay. Child abuse, elder abuse, domestic violence, gunshot wounds, I don't know how many have kids, but when you take your kids and they got bruises under here and bruises here and a burn now, they gon' them pediatricians, and honey, they got them hot them social workers. Them social workers got connections to CPS. Come on now. Y'all be careful. Mommy did not hurt you. Okay. Tell the truth. But mommy, that's not how it happened. Tell the truth. Okay? Y'all be careful. They ask them questions. And baby, they will call a social worker. Oh, we just need you to talk to a social worker. What we need to talk about? What we need to talk about? I just told you, okay? But they got to do a welfare check. That's just sometimes part of the routine to make sure the child is okay. Okay? Elder abuse. You know somebody hitting on grandma, somebody hitting on big pop, things of that nature. Sometimes people take advantage of the elders. And then it was on the news.
Yeah, it was. The lady that was beaten.
Beating is not woman.
Yes, it was on the news.
Black lady too.
It had been for a while.
Yeah, it had been for a while till they set up a camera in the house. And I'm sure the mother was saying, and they probably said, "Oh, mama, you just out your mind. Oh, mama, you out your mind." If a child,
They kept seeing bruises on her.
They kept seeing bruises. Okay, they kept seeing bruises on her. Yeah, and the worker like, I don't know how she just keep hurting herself. Got them cameras set up. Okay, domestic violence. Yeah, you go to the doctor and you got a broke arm or he's palpate. He probably can't see the bruises because you got your clothes on. But if he's doing this and you're like, what's that? Why did it hurt when I touched there? Ma'am, you gotta answer that question. You gotta do some talking. Okay? Because other than that, you're gonna get a call from a social worker. A gunshot wound. You mean somebody shot you in your butt? That wasn't no accident, baby. Your booty ain't that big. I know big booty. Okay? I'm sitting on it. So that don't work. Okay. Number 14, notice of privacy practices. 15, mitigation. 6, technical safeguards. C, physical safeguards. Anybody got something different?
Say that again.
Technical safeguards, administrative safeguards, and physical safeguards.
Physical?
Mm-hmm. Okay, 17. A, business associates. B, notification of breach. C, civil penalties for noncompliance with the provisions of HIPAA.
What's the answer?
Okay, A, business associates. C, notification of breach. B. Oh, she said C.
You said C.
Oh, I did? Girl, I'm just, woo, I forgot my medication at the house. Woo. Okay, let me start over. Thank you, Athena. A, business associates. B, notification of breach. And C, civil penalties for non-compliance with the provisions of HIPAA. You got it, Pumpkin? You still trying to find out where it's at? You got it, baby?
Yes.
You want me to repeat it?
No,
See?
that's fine.
You sure? I can repeat it one more time. Civil penalties.
It's on page 37, the last line. All three of them, if you want to look at it. Watch 27. That's right. 37, all the way at the bottom. It'll say one business associate.
You see it, Pumpkin?
Yeah,
Okay.
I checked data.
Okay, okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Okay, 18, fraud. B, fraud. C, fraud. D as in David, abuse. E, fraud. How did y'all do with that? Do I got anything different? Very good. Anything? I only got one wrong? Okay. Okay, which one did you get wrong?
Dismissing the co-payment of Medicare patients.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I got D wrong.
You got D wrong, neglecting to refund an overpayment. Oh, yeah, yeah, you got to send out
That
notification.
was in the, it was in the blue box on the page. D, that's what that.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Y'all do y'all homework. I'm so proud of y'all. Amen. Very good. Yeah, you cannot dismiss co-payment. You cannot, okay, for Medicare. Now, I know Medicare has, Medicare Part B is for physicians' offices. Medicare Part A is for hospitalization. When a patient comes to you for Medicare Part B, they have $100 deductible, always $100 deductible, and then they pay 20% of coinsurance. That's the patient's responsibility. 80% is paid to the provider from Medicare, the insurance company, okay? Now, unless, and we'll talk more about that, they have a Medicare replacement, and I'm gonna tell you what that is in short. Medicare replacement is like, they have Medicare, but they using the face of Cigna, okay? But it's funded by Medicare, so let me explain, okay? Texan Plus, anybody ever heard of Texan Plus for elderlies? Okay.
I think it was on.
Yeah, it was on TV for Kelsey Care. Okay, let me name it. Okay, prime example, Aetna. Okay, my mother is retired. Okay, and she has Aetna. Okay, and although she's on Medicare, but instead of her monies, her health care being taken out of traditional Medicare 80/20 plan, she signed up for an insurance plan such as Aetna to be a Medicare replacement. So Aetna's insurance policy and plan is the face of her Medicare. So she don't go in and pay a deductible, she pays a copay. Okay, so, but the funding of where the 80% comes from is Medicare pocketbook, not Aetna's pocketbook. Okay, so anytime you hear Medicare replacement, it means they're using the face of an insurance company, the face of Blue Cross Blue Shield, the face of Cigna, the face of United Healthcare. They're just using their face, and they actually have a Cigna card or HMO type card or PPO card. The only difference is that they're taking their portion of money from the government, from Medicare, to pay their 80% or to pay their portion, not from the pool of money that's at Aetna. It's two different checkbooks. It's still two different checkbooks. And I'll explain more of that in detail, just giving it to you short. Yes, ma'am. Medicare replacement. So if you want to Google Medicare replacement and get more information how that works, that's the best I can explain it in short. But when I get ready to lecture about it, then you'll understand it. Medicare replacement. Okay, what did I stop at, y'all? 19. Okay, so multiple choice. I'm just gonna call out the answers. 19, B as in boy, D as in David, C as in cat, B as in boy, A as in apple, A as in apple, C as in cat, C as in cat, D as in David, A as in apple, A as in apple, C as in cat, D as in David. Okay, 29, let me go back to 29.
Like A.
I know. Did I lose y'all at 29 or do I need to go back further? Okay, how further back?
Like 23.
23, okay. 23. A is an apple. A is an apple. C as in cat. C as in cat. D as in David. A as in apple. A as in apple. Anybody on 29? You got it? Okay. 30. C as in cat. D as in David. B as in boy. A as in apple. C as in cat. B as in boy. A as in apple. How did everybody do? Pretty good? Okay.
That's 25.
You missed 25? Okay. Okay. All right. Let's look at 25. Did y'all have a question about 25? Let's look at 25. Under HIPAA, patient sign-in sheets are C, permissible but limited the information that is requested. Okay, so they only want to know your name.
No, that's
26.
Girl, why am I off? I am just off. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, I am so sorry. Thank you. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Y'all just beg my pardon. Thank y'all for helping me. Thank you. Okay, privacy regulations allow patients the right to obtain a copy of PHI, which is C, only if the healthcare, my battery running low. Healthcare provider has determined that it would be appropriate and will not endanger the patient or any other person. So privacy regulations allow patients the right to obtain a copy of their privacy health information or patient health information only if the healthcare provider has determined that it would be appropriate and would not endanger the patient or any other person.
I got D for that one. I put A. That's something about they could get a copy, they can.
That's only for medical records. Okay, let me give you a prime example. Let me plug up my charger. Okay, say for me, for example, I've seen my gastroenterologist, right, for a follow-up procedure. And while he talks to me about the follow-up, the procedure, the results of the procedure, he gives me a copy of those results for my personal record because it's pertinent to me. It's not harmful to anyone else. He feels in his best interest, and because of my breast cancer history, and I need that, because who knows, my oncologist may need to see that, because my hematologist requested it, and so has my oncologist requested it, just to make sure I'm thoroughly okay. I'm still in remission, right? So I have a copy of the results of my procedure, and so therefore he gave me that. That's my patient health information, but it's pertinent to me. So he's not harming me by saying, here, I want to give you your results of your colonoscopy, and I want you to have it. And everybody in the waiting room is knowing about it. Everybody out loud in the patient room area. I mean, in the back room, they hearing that. That's not right. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, so that's endangering me. But instead of behind closed doors and discreetly, well, the result is blah, 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 and you're doing okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay? He's not harming me or anyone else. He's not even harming himself because he finds it ethical as a physician to give it to me, and I don't have to pay for that. He voluntarily gives that to me. Now, my endocrinologist, I had to kind of read her rights because I was like, okay, my other doctor, my kidney doctor is requesting copies of records from you to him. Why are you charging me to send records from you to him when that should be free? I can see if I'm requesting records from your office to my hand, then I should pay for it. But if his office, his nurse is sending out, and I sign the paper from his office to request from your nurse at your office, then the communication is from one professional to another professional. It should be free. You shouldn't be charging. But I have a right. I know you have a right, and that's discretionary, but still, that's wrong. It's ethically wrong. Okay? If I wanted for my own records, then yeah, you should charge me. That is policy. That is state policy. That's HEDIS policy. Yes, you should charge me. I should pay $25 for the first sheet. I should pay $1 or so for sheet 10 through 15. Yes, I should pay for that. Any sheets after page 15 should be 20 cents a sheet. Yes, you're exactly right. I should pay for that. But hand from your hand to my hand, it's going from one professional to another professional by fax. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
So then D would be, you said, if you were
So-
medical records, right?
Only if the patient pays the associated fee for copies. Now, that's not the answer. Privacy regulation allow patients to a right to obtain a copy of health information only if the healthcare provider has determined in their mind and will not endanger the patient. Okay, that's me being in the room with the physician, and he gives me a copy of my endoscopy procedure. Okay. Now, if it's D, only if the patient can pay the associate, then the circumstance would read differently. It would say provider privacy regulations. It should say something different in regards of provider is asking or requesting or needing that, and the patient is requesting a release of information to get that, and it's coming from that provider to the patient, from the patient to the other provider. Then since I'm the middle person that's requesting it and I want it to come to me instead of it going directly to the provider, then I should pay for it. But if I'm signing a release of information for you to fax to my other provider to send my information to that provider, not to me, then it should be free. Okay? Only if I'm asking for it from the doctor's office into my hands is when I should pay for it. Because I can do whatever I want with it. It's mine. It's my name, all my pertinent stuff. If I want to put my business in the streets, if I want to drive 1960 and throw all my sheets out 1960, read all about me. That's my preference. That's on me. Is that clear?
Yes.
And that's why you have patients to sign releases of information forms. She requested it. She paid for it. That's her business, what she want to do to it. So if they find its and bits and sheets with Tara N. Harper on there, spread it in the streets, then if they come back and say, she requested it, she signed, and look, she paid that $25. She paid for $1 per sheet for pages 2 through 10 or 2 through 15. And it says right here, all copies went to the patient. It's not on us. And then we had a receipt too. She had a receipt. She paid. Get a receipt. So that's not on us. That's not a liability on us. That's a liability on her. You need to ask her how she did that. And some came up and saw me with my crazy self, let down the window. Here you go. Read all about me. Read all about me. Love me, read all about me. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Am I clear? Okay. Whose liability is that? You have to get to the root. Never assume the information in front of you. Always research the root. The root. Root tells what the tree is about. It's always the root. Study the root, and you know the fruit. Study the root, you know the fruit. Okay. All right, next one. Where we going at, loves? True and false? Are y'all ready? Okay, I'm gonna read it on down. First one. True, false. True, false. True, true, false. True, true. False. True, false. False. True. How y'all do?
41 and 43.
Let me go back. 41 true, 43 false. Anyone else? How did y'all do?
42 is what?
True. Mm-hmm.
About 37 through 40.
Okay, 37 true, false, true, false. Mm-hmm. You missed 2?
I missed 49.
You missed 49? False. Yeah, 49 is false. Mm-hmm. Very good. Anyone else? All right, that's Sunshine. You got 100. You gone, girl. Go ahead, girl. Okay. Let's see here. What's the next one here? Let me see. Okay, 50. Oh, yeah, okay, we already through with that. Okay. 2-2. Okay. I'm just going to read the abbreviation. So if I say ID, that's the answer. If I say V as in Victor, that's the answer. If I say N and Nancy, that's the answer, okay? Okay, so I'm starting with number 1. ID, V as in Victor, V as in Victor, ID, V as in Victor. I'm on 6. Anybody need me to repeat number 1 through 5? Okay, number 6, ID, ID, V as in Victor, V as in Victor. That was number 9. I'm on number 10. ID. And number 10 is ID. 11. N is a no. ID. V as in Victor. ID. V as in Victor. ID. ID. V as in Victor. Anybody have any questions?
What was 14 through 17?
Okay, 14. ID. V as in Victor. ID. ID. Okay, anybody else? Okay. Move.
4, 5, 6.
4 and 5. Okay, 4, ID. V as in Victor. You're welcome. Anybody else?
Number 1.
Number 1, ID. Okay, anybody else?
Number 2 was B.
V as in Victor. Anybody else? Okay, so we're gonna move on to Miss Detail. Okay, abuse relates to incidents or practices that are inconsistent with accepted sound practices. Abuse relates to incidents or practices that are inconsistent with accepted sound abuse. Okay, so let me give you a prime example of what I mean by that. Okay. Okay. Let's suppose the patient came in to see a family practice doctor. Okay. And the patient is complaining about migraines. Okay. And you give the patient, you notice on her vital signs that the patient has high blood pressure, right? Okay, patient has high blood pressure. The patient also has the patient has menstrual cycles, okay? And she has high blood pressure, she has menstrual cycles. And you're telling her, okay, just take some Midol, and I'm gonna give you some allopurinol. No, not allopurinol, wrong medication. Amlodipine for high blood pressure. Very good. I'm gonna give you that. Okay. And the patient comes back. You said RTO, return back to office in 2 weeks. So she comes back, and she's still complaining of headaches and high blood pressure. So you're telling her, take her amlodipine and take some Tylenol. That's the second visit. Okay, she's off her menstrual cycle. Might all work, but she's still having headaches past her menstrual cycle, right? She's still having same or similar symptoms. Okay, so you have her return to office. And yeah, she's still having headaches. So she said, Doc, I kind of amped it up from Tylenol, the Tylenol PM. He says, okay, well, how much Tylenol PMs are you taking? Well, I took one. Okay, take two and come back RTO 2 weeks. So she comes back in the office 2 weeks. She's still taking her medication like supposed to, amlodipine. And this time she amped it up, and now she's taking 3 Tylenol PMs. I mean, and now she's wearing sunglasses into the doctor's office, and she's still complaining about excruciating headaches. And he keeps telling her, "Okay, well, you need to drink some vinegar, take your amlodipine, and take 4 Tylenol. So take 1 Tylenol PM. I know it's gonna make you sleep, but wait till you get to work." She can't perform her job because she's sleeping, she's sluggish. And yet you telling her constantly come back to you for the same or similar headache, okay, and blood pressure. What do you tell me? What would you, if you were the physician, you didn't have this person come back and seen you now, and she done seen you like 4 times in a 6-week time frame. What do you think the physician should do?
He should have did something on the second visit.
He should have done something on the second visit. What should he have done on the second visit? Well, look at her. That's initially,
right?
huh?
She did an MRI.
Okay, MRI. Okay, very good. What else? The MRI is good.
You see, she had a headache twice.
Oh, he could have checked with the family history, because sometimes it's in the family too.
Sometime family history. Okay, very good. MRI. She's looking at her. The patient, the doctor is looking at the patient. That's good. Should he, like, besides just getting the MRI, should he recommend somebody?
Yeah, because it'll be out of his hands.
It'll be out of his hands. Okay, and you say what? A specialist. Now, what type of specialist? What type of specialist you think should deal with headaches? She's blinded with a bright light. Neurology, a neurologist. Okay, so one that specializes in neurology. Very good. And so now, since he's already done the MRI and he says, well, I can't determine anything, I'm gonna send this MRI over to the neurologist, or I'm gonna refer you to the neurologist so they can request for an MRI. That would be right, because that's within their scope. Not to say the family practice can't do that, but to save money, because the insurance will only pay for it once every so often. But they can pay for it again if deemed necessary. Okay, but you have to, that means that if the PCP requested an MRI before he refers to the specialist, and the specialist says, well, I'm seeing the MRI that your physician requested, but he didn't order a contrast. So he really shot it off a blank gun, if you will, and should have just referred you to me and let me order the MRI. Now, he overstepped his boundaries, but not really, because he has that jurisdiction to do that. But to save money with the insurance company and explanation, he should have just referred her out to the neurologist and let them deal with it. Then he would know, okay, well, based on the review of systems, and how many systems of the body are there? 11 systems of the body. So I've already checked out your immune system, okay, your endocrine system. I've already checked out your what? Your reproductive system, because you were cramping at the same time. So I am a PCP. I can kind of do that because it's within my scope. And then I checked out your what? Neurological. But I just can't quite pinpoint it. I can determine and have you come back to me. But if something's not working after the first and second visit, then I need to send you what? To a specialist and let them figure that out, because that's what they specialize in. Now that keeps me safe within my licensure, and I'm not abusing. I'm abusing by having you constantly come back to me 4 or 5 times, and I'm not solving the problem. When I was trained in med school, when I've done my residency, And experience has taught me through my proctor, my attending physician has told me that a situation like this, you need to send it to a specialist and let them handle it. That's abuse. Abuse is somebody constantly coming back to you for the same thing, and you just, it's not helping. It's not helping. And then it gets to a point where the patient is pissed off and say, are you a doctor or are you a quack? Do you know what the heck you doing with me? I'm pissed off. Give me my money. Okay? Switch doctors and not come back. Okay? And then not only that, but here's another case. Now, let's take the same situation. The patient comes back in 2 weeks. I feel fine. Doc, everything's great. The headache's gone. You know, the medication is working. Yeah, what's my high blood pressure? Yeah, but I still need to see you to come back. You know, you still need to come back and see how, you know, I think I'm concerned about your lab results. You know something about that? You know something about that? Tell me.
Drink water 8 glasses every day.
Okay.
Your headache done.
Your headache is done. Okay. You tell the patient that, but I still need you to come back. I got to do 2 or 3 more lab tests on you.
Just trying to get money.
But why? I feel fine. Now you come back, Doc. I feel fine. What? Is something wrong? Did you find something wrong with the last visit? No, I just want to make sure something is okay. Everything is okay. Okay, that's abuse. The patient should only come back if it's a physical, if there's a grave concern from the last visit, or if the patient is just outright concerned of themselves. Then as an ethical physician, you should say, ma'am, sir, you are okay. I had one family practice doctor that I went to for years. We went to Prairie View together. Wonderful physician, love her. We just lost touch and I moved and she's way under in Sugar Land. I'm way over here in Spring. I might as well find me somebody close where I'm at. And she would tell me, I'm not giving you any more sleeping medication. You need to pray. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You need to, where's that? You need to get to the root and forgive some folks, and that headache will disappear. She's just that kind of person. She will not write prescriptions because she is MD. Right. And she got her DEA number to give me some feel goods. She ain't gonna do that. She's not gonna abuse that. You have some doctors, they will write, here's some Vicodin. Here's some, here you go to take. Now we got this opioid crisis going on. Okay, because people, every time you turn around, the doctor wants to. And she was just that kind of person. Nah, baby, you said me and you, we go a long way back. We go back to Prairie View. Let me give it to you real. You need to pray and forgive. That's gonna dissipate that headache. Now, if it ain't gone away after you did that, and sometimes she'll pray with you right there in the office. Right there in the office. That's how Flavia was. Now, if you ain't forgive and you come back, then she would say, okay. And she gonna write in there, we did psychological consultation. That's how she gonna document that. Talk to the patient. She had personal issues at home, in her marriage, or in her family. We talked about how she need to resolve that. You know, I told her possibly meditate, when the key word meditate is prayer, because you know when you're talking Christian dialect in business form, you got to put it in natural words. So when if it gets subpoenaed to court, people will be like, "You spooky." No, it ain't spooky. It's real. That's a spirit, baby. You need to forgive, but you need to meditate. Pray. You need to pray. You need to meditate. Okay. Then once all that's done, if the patient comes back, okay, now I'm going to give you that. She's protecting herself because she's not constantly writing prescriptions you don't need. That's abuse. Giving you prescriptions you don't need. When I was taking chemo, some of these docs decks or something. I said, what is this? And I was reading it. You know, I get nosed. They'd be like, what's the side effect? I ain't taking that. I ain't taking that. I go back to the oncologist. Did you take this? No, I don't want that. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't need that. Don't write me that no more. And if I don't feel that, if it ain't resonating peace in me, I ain't taking that. Got a whole drawer full of drugs. I need to just take it to CVS and say, here I go. Whole drawer. Just a pharmacy by myself. Just take it. Oh, while I'm at it, it's gonna be gone by the time I get home. So don't come to my house because it won't be there. Okay? That's abuse. Now, fraud, let's talk about fraud right quick and then we'll move right along. Fraud is intentional. Intentional deception that individual knows or should know to be false, and the individual knows the deception could result in some unauthorized, jail time, clink, clink, benefit to himself or herself or other persons. Fraud. Working for a psychologist. This psychologist has a resident at a skilled nursing facility. And he ain't been there every day to see all the patients. He only comes one day out the week. But you're going to bill that he was there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. No, good and well, he only comes on Thursdays. But you're billing. Okay, but it is legitimate. The nurses said that the patients were all right. So we saying it under his name so we can bill the Medicare. So when the facility get paid, we all get paid. Facility make money, we all make money, and we can get our annual raise. When he ain't been in there but every what? Thursday. He ain't came and touched and say, how you doing, ma'am? Let me see your chart. You doing all right? He ain't been in there on no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's fraud. You're billing fraud. You're billing for a visit that didn't even take place. Are y'all seeing what I'm saying? Then you pimping the billers and the medical records people to make false documentations, and you gonna come and sign that. OIG. That don't mean oh my God. That means Office of Inspector General. OIG does not mean oh my God. That means Office of Inspector General. Whistleblower. I'm going to tell because I'm not going down to jail. You're going by yourself. And if you don't come correct, I'm leaving. And write a nice little letter to the human resources. I'm leaving because there's unethical practices at this office. And you need to email it to them because electronic dates and time don't lie. I love technology. Yeah. OIG. Yeah. Real story. Real story. Everybody get that? Do you understand the difference now? Okay. I'm glad you do. Mm-hmm. Protect yourself. OIG. Yeah. Every career, folks, please know, every career has an Office of Inspector General for it. My husband is a chemist. Even the chemical industry, chemical engineers, even they have the Office of Inspector General for them too. Mm-hmm. Teachers, mm-hmm. They have all that too. Mm-hmm.
No more OMG, OIG.
Oh, that's right, honey. No more OMG, it's OIG. There you go. Okay, so moving right along. Critical thinking 2-4. How many of y'all did that? You only did one? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Anybody else? Yeah, this has a response. Did anybody have any questions? Was someone unsure how that goes? If you did one, that's great. I'll accept it. You did 3? Okay. Okay, this is in your packet. It's in your packet. Okay, so for time's sake, remind me on Thursday to look at that, Miss Allison. So make us a note. Just leave it there. Mm-hmm. And remind me, and I'll have y'all to read each one later for the sake of time. It'll be 1 o'clock real quick. Okay. 2-5. I know we talked about 2-5 on how to do that patient confidentiality in healthcare. What did I say about that yesterday? Did I have y'all to still do it?
Yeah.
I did.
You just want us to like patient confidentiality in healthcare.
You get an article. Okay. How many of y'all emailed that to me already? Okay. Okay, because I haven't read y'all emails yet. I saw a whole plethora of emails, but I haven't read them individually just yet. You haven't? Okay. So you still got time. Just work on it and get it to me by Thursday in a class. You still got time. Okay, so let's move on. Am I pushing it if I say let's go to chapter 3? Have y'all attempted to do chapter 3? Okay. Chapter,
Oh, wait, that's okay.
yeah, that's the other packet, chapter 3. You started that? Okay, how many of y'all started it? Not yet?
Started, but not.
You finished it? Oh, wow.
No, she said she started, but not finished.
Not finished, okay. Gabriel, you smiling and laughing, you cheesing, what's going on, bro? Have you started it?
Yeah, I started.
Okay, what about you, Ileana? You so quiet?
I finished chapter 3.
Ooh, shucky ducky, you and Athena. All right then. Dr. Sunshine, what's going on? Did you do it, Dr. Sunshine?
Not yet.
Oh, come on, PhD. I'm counting on you, PhD. Come on. You good though. You good. You good. You good. Yeah, I understand. What about you, Sweet Pea?
I started.
Okay, shucky ducky. Kanisha, you start? Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Cindy, baby, you started where you at?
I just started with the abbreviation.
Okay. So let's kind of look through that just to see, you know, what the assignments are all about, so we could be clear. Is everybody clear on
On your page,
Is
your
it
2-5
is on the back of that
is the same as the.
Oh, it's from the other.
It's from the other packet.
packet? Okay, it was how it was copied.
The
It was-
2-5 and 2-4 are the same from the previous packet.
Okay, so don't do those.
Right.
Okay, thank you, love. Oh man, you good, girl. Oh yeah, it's how it was copied, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know how they got mixed up in there. I promise you, I really don't. I'm so sorry. Okay, girl, you good. Thank you. I need. There you go. I need to have you start editing my copies before I send off for the copies. See if all is correct before I send this off. You know me, my words be off, my talking be off. Ugh. Okay, what else, baby? What'd you say, Dr. Sunshine?
I said it's the photocopy.
Well, it's me. I'm the giver to the photocopies. So I've added extra stuff in there I shouldn't have added. I get so excited about homework. Sorry. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
It's okay.
I am the homework queen. Yes, I am.
Nobody's perfect.
That's right. Thank you. Okay, so well, thank you, Dr. Sunshine. Okay, 3-1. Everybody understand how to do 3-1?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see here. Let's just go through here. 3-2, critical thinking. Okay, so it asks you the numbers 1 through 18. So you have to know what goes first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, everybody pretty much got it?
No.
3-2, page 35.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Pretty much got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Prepare financial. Do this yesterday. We did? Okay, we did. Okay, I thought so. And then I gave y'all that extra paper to kind of correspond with one of those assignments.
Right.
Okay, Rossi, you okay? You had questions?
No. You said we could do 3-4 class.
3-4 in class? Okay. We'll do it in class on Thursday. So put a pin right there and remind me, sweetie.
3-4.
3-4. We'll do that in class together. The only thing I wanted y'all to do is just fill out the patient record form, the blank patient record form on one of those assignments. Was that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I only want y'all to copy what was in the book off of there to there. But if you did everything else, great. What page was that I wanted y'all to copy from in that book? See, show her the paper. That, the patient record, that paper there.
Yeah.
Remember that, blank? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, this right here. I told y'all to go in the book. Yeah. I want y'all to fill this out and then we'll do it together in class so I can explain how this goes.
We're not supposed to copy this word for word, right?
I wanted you to, yeah.
Oh, on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Word for word. Because remember what I said, your arm is connected to your brain, and when you write down adjustments and stuff, you're gonna understand what you wrote down, and then as I explain it, then it's gonna be what? It makes sense. Oh my God, OIG. No, I was kidding. Oh my God, OIG. No, I was kidding. Hold on, sweet page. Let's see. 3-7 is about the same thing. Okay, and then chapter 4 is medical documentation and electronic health record, which is preliminary to electronic health records when we get ready to learn that next little chapter. Okay, all right, and so let's see, do I need to go over that? If y'all want to work on that, let me go over that. Did I copy this correct? Okay, page 43, okay, 44, okay, 45, okay, 46, 4-1, everybody should know how to do 46 and 47. Okay. 48, 49, everybody should know how to do that. Hold on. Okay, 4-2, it says review diagnostic terminology and abbreviations. Okay, so they should have the information you need in your book. Okay, so do the best you can. Okay, I know that's kind of ahead of the chapter 4 lecture, but when I get ready to lecture it, it's going to make sense. So just do the best you can with that. 4-6 is a letter of withdrawal. I think I said we're gonna do that together in class. Did I not say that? No, okay, so we'll, wait. Is this the one that I gave y'all a envelope for? Yeah, I gave y'all an envelope for it. Yes, ma'am. How to do it? Okay, so let's look at this. So, the task is a key letter for a physician's signature with envelope. Use a U.S. Postal Service form and complete an authorization form. The condition is use one sheet on a professional letterhead. You can make up a professional letterhead. Let me show you. Well, not make it up. Let me show you. Use a U.S. Postal Service forms for certified mail with return receipt requested, authorization for release of information. So we're going to look at 4-1, okay? And that may be in the book, release of information form 4-2, and a number 10 envelope, thesaurus, English dictionary, medical dictionary, computer. And then we're going to learn how to type this. So I think 4-1. Yeah, is this next page here. I'm just repeating my process, and then I get to your question. And then 4-2 is the release of information, okay? And then you have to go refer to assignment 7-2 for information from the patient record. So let's go to 7-2, which was,
That's the paper that you gave.
yeah, that extra sheet of paper that I gave y'all. Let's see, where is it? Hold on. Let's see. It should be in here. Yeah. So you're gonna use this. Yeah. And so let's see, 7-2, and then you're going to advise in the patient's withdrawal case. See handbook for 4-6. Okay. And then Ms. McLean's address envelope referring to 4-3 in the workbook, and then in the handbook, send a letter by certified mail within receipt requested referring to 4-7 in the handbook, release of information. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna write a letter of withdrawal. So let's go in here and let's look at the letter in 4-6 in chapter 4 of your handbook, Okay. And you're gonna create a letter. Chapter 4. What is it? Page 105? Okay, 105. Okay, so now you're gonna use a letter in this similar format. So you're gonna use a professional letterhead. So you're gonna write the letterhead with college clinic on there, okay? It should be some in the back of your workbook. Hold on. It should have some extra materials for you to use. Let's see here, in the back of your workbook. Some blank letterheads. If not, just create one. What is it, honey? Yes, let me see what you're talking about. Is it 7-2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I use it for the release information?
Yes. Yes. Okay. I don't see a letterhead in here. Okay. So what I want you to do is open up Microsoft Word on your computer, Microsoft Word, and I want you see how this on page 105 is. I want you to type a professional letterhead with College Clinic 4567 Broad Avenue. Type it just like that in the center. Okay. Does everyone know how to center their paper? Okay, so center it with the address of the professional clinic on there. Then come down and on the right side, you're going to type Mary M. McLean. And what is her address? Her address is, let's see. Okay. Okay, letter must be prepared. Miss McLean address on referring to workbook 4-3. So let's look for 4-3. Okay, so you're gonna write the letter. Oh, okay, this is, okay, Dr. Practon. So you're gonna write College Clinic, Dr. Practon on there, 4567 Broad Avenue. Okay. And then where's Mary Practon? Hold on. Okay, release of information, release of information. They should have an address for her. Okay, they don't have an address. I don't see an address. So when you write the letter, make up an address. I think I said that yesterday. So right on there, on the right-hand side, see where it says Roberto Caccini? Caccini, you see that? Okay, instead make it Mary M. McLean, and then you can use that same address there. So use that same address, 4508. Do y'all see that? Okay, I'm gonna let you take a picture of this with your phone.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah. So right on here, Mary McLean, and then use the address 4508 Emerald Street, okay? And then you're going to date the letter. What letter? What's the date? Did they give y'all a date?
August the 12th.
Okay, so use August the 12th, 2018. Okay, everybody got it? August 12th, 2018. Use the same letter format on 105. Okay, and then you're gonna say, Dear Miss McLean, I find it necessary to inform you that I am withdrawing from further professional assistance, right? Type the letter just like this.
I was gonna
So
say,
do we
we copy
just
that.
copy
Yeah, you copy that word for word, just like this. And then you say, I will be available to attend to you for a reasonable time after you have received this letter, but for not more than, and put on there 7 days. Use 7 days. And no time period should be designated depending on the office policy. So we're gonna make our office policy 7 days. We'll make it 14. We'll make it 1. I like to check on your office. Do it 14 days. Okay. Then it says this will give you sufficient time, blah, 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 blah. Sincerely, Dr. Franklin. When y'all write the letterhead for Dr. Franklin, put on there College Clinic, and underneath College Clinic, put on there Dr. Gerald Franklin, MD, and then his address and all the rest of it. Okay? Because you wanna make sure that it gets to him or whoever secretary that is for that doctor or nurse that is for that doctor.
Now say it again.
Okay, when you write college clinic,
Oh, at the top.
so write college clinic. Okay, then write Dr. Gerald Crackton. Okay, and then whatever his other information is. For the letterhead of the business, for the letterhead of the business. See, just like that. And then after you've done that, yeah, take this. After you've done that, okay. Then after you've done that, then address the envelope. Remember I told y'all on the envelope? Yeah. Okay, so make sure that the envelope is on the right side of it. So when you turn it around facing you, it should say College Clinic, Dr. Gerald Crackton, blase, all his contact information, except for his fax and phone number. Okay, just Dr. Gerald Crackton, College Clinic, the address, city, state, right? Then you're gonna write here, Miss Mary McLean, 4508 Emerald Street, Woodland Hills, XYZ 12345. Okay, because the letter's gonna be mailed to her. Okay, then you can cut out the fake postal stuff and put it on the letter. So what goes on the front, this on top, this box on top, you have to kind of tape it on there with the doctor's address from sender to receiver. Like you fill out an envelope, you got to fill it out just like this on here.
So we can just write on here and then instead of writing on that?
Nope,
Oh, we have to.
just do both. It's
So
made.
right on the envelope, right on that, cut that out and tape it on.
And tape it on there. You have to do both. I'm glad you asked that question.
Or where?
In the middle, in the middle. Why should we put it in the middle? Okay, very good, okay. So the reason why I put it in the middle, because we want to make sure that the patient sees that, hey, I got a certification that I need to pull off, I need to sign for it, and put it back in the mailbox. Their job is to put it back in the mailbox. Now, on the back side, well, let's see. Really, yeah. So when you tear this, well, for the sake of this, let me tell you how it should go. Front side of this, so you're gonna tear it, you're gonna tear this off. Let me do this. Let me tear it off so I can make it real quick. I want y'all to know how to build it now. Lots of love on there, lots of love. Good. It tastes good. Good. Tastes like a real tree. Okay. Now, you're gonna cut it just like that. It's gonna be on the envelope. You're gonna cut those tabs off, right? Make sure. Okay. Now, this is gonna be, you're gonna write the ad, you're gonna address the envelope as normal. As normal. Okay. Then you're gonna address this front of the card as normal. And you're gonna tape it on the front here. So let me put it on camera. You're gonna address the card like you normally do, sending it to somebody. Make sure the flap side is like this when you're addressing the envelope. And whoever this is going to, the patient information need to be right here. Mary M. McLean, okay? Once you put her information inside, then you're gonna take this card, so you're gonna fold this up. You're gonna tear this out your book or your worksheet like this, and you're gonna fold it like this, okay? You're gonna cut the flaps off, and I'm just folding it for the sake of neatness. And you're gonna readdress it the way you readdressed it on the envelope. And you're going to tape this card on top. Now, why do we tape it on top? Because the patient needs to see that they got a certified letter, okay? Once they see they got a certified letter, they got to rip this off. And you also filled out some part, but at the bottom, when they rip this off, they got to say signature of delivery was by patient, received by printed name of the patient, date of delivery, she received it today, and she drops it in the mailbox. Now it comes back to us. I'm sorry, I said this wrong. Let me start over. You address this like normal. Let me start this over. The doctor's information address goes right here. The patient's information goes right here. When you send up this address, it's opposite. The doctor's information goes right here. Yeah, and the patient's information goes right here. So this goes opposite. Did everybody see that?
Because that card is what the patient is going to be.
Yes.
So it's going to be addressed to the doctor.
Yes. And I'm sorry, let me change that again. This goes on the back, not on the front. I'm sorry. I'm getting it right as I go. Okay, so forgive me. Just be patient with me. Okay, I'm gonna repeat my steps one more time for the last and final correct time. Make sure when your envelopes look like this, the doctor's information goes right here. The patient information of where you're sending it to goes right here. Once you put the information in, you're gonna close it. You're gonna put the certified card on the back. On the back. You're gonna tape it on the back. Okay? On the back side, it's gonna be the opposite. This is gonna have the patient information as where is it coming from, and it's gonna have the physician information of where it's going to. So when she pulls this off, she's gonna pull this off, and on the back of this, she's gonna sign and print her name that she received this, and whatever date she received this, and she's gonna drop it in the mailbox. That's gonna let us know that she did receive this certified mail. Okay, got it? Now, this other piece right here, when you fill this out, this right here, this part is a tracking device. Yes, it's a tracking device. Let me tear it. This is your copy. You pay for this. So when you put this on here like this, it's gonna look like this. Where's my stapler at? Show you. The post office people, you put it on there. You're gonna stick it on there. It comes off as an adhesive. So now this goes on the back. When the postman puts it in the mailbox of the patient, he's gonna scan that barcode. It's gonna have the tracking number. When he scanned that barcode, it's gonna say he put it in her mailbox today. Today's date is what, the 25th, right? When she comes to the mailbox, it could be today, it could be Friday the 28th, right? She's gonna say, I'm sorry, I didn't tear it up.
Oh, no, fine.
Yeah, take this out. I got to print my name, put it in. I don't care about the people. Okay, but this still gonna be on there. So she's gonna open up the envelope, and this gonna, tear apart. It doesn't matter now because the postman did his job. He let you know I did my job. Her job is to let you know she got it and put it in the mailbox. It's gonna give her instructions. Put it in the mailbox. Everybody got that? And then it's gonna come back to you. Now, meantime, you're gonna be like, I put that in the mail Thursday. Sure, she should have gotten it by now today. Let me check the postal system. Cause the barcode is gonna let us know through email that it got delivered in her mailbox. That means the postman did his job. I'm just waiting for her to tell me she got it so she can read it, whether she read it or not. You signed for it. I don't care if you read it or not. I did my job. Postman did his job. Double check. We got evidence. Proof is in the pudding. CYA. What does CYA mean? Cover your ass. There you go, boo-boo. Cover that. Got to cover that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I done told you how to cover yourself and whatever. So if the doctor get upset, say the doctor has every right to say, I'm not treating her no more. I've already told her that I was gonna give her a time frame. Now she coming here acting ugly. She'd have called and cussed out my nurse, and then she got me on channel 13. I ain't seen no more. I have every right. And that's his right. I ain't seen no more. I don't like your attitude. I tried working with you. You won't work with me. You stink. Your attitude stink. Get out of my office. Okay? Everybody understand now? I'm so sorry y'all for being very. Okay, that's it for me. Ooh, we over the clock. Okay, let me give you back your envelope, sweet pea. I'm trying to give it back to you neatly. I'm sorry.
You can give it back to me like that, doesn't matter.
Okay, okay. You might have to remove it. Okay, thank you. All right, love you, loves. Y'all have a good day. And this has been Miss Harper for your health information. Have a good day. Thank you, love. Thank you, Dr. Sunshine.